In this video, I want to explain about lambda expression. What is lambda expression? A lambda expression is a conscious way to represent an anonymous function in Kotlin. It allows you to define a function in a more readable and flexible manner, particularly when passing function as arguments to higher order function or when defining short function that are used only once. So the features of lambda expression. The first is syntax. A lambda expression is defined using curly braces. Inside these braces you specify the parameters and the body of the function. Now the second point is type interface. Kotlin can often infer the types of the parameters from the context, allowing you to omit explicit type annotation. For example, in sum2, the type of the lambda is defined outside, while in sum1, the type are specified within the lambda. Number 3. Higher order function. Lambda expression can be passed as arguments to function or returned from functions, enabling functional programming paradigms. This allows for more flexible and reusable code. And the fourth is readability. Lambda expression can make your code more conscious and easier to read, especially when used with collection operation like map, filter, and for each. So here I give an example about lambda expression code. Now I want to explain this code. The first line of the code is, well, someone. This line defines a lambda expression and assigns it to a variable sum1. Well, this keyword is used to declare a read-only variable, meaning its value cannot be changed once assigned. Now this is the lambda expression itself. It takes two parameters a and b, and both of type integer, and returns their sum a plus b. This arrow separates the parameters from the body of the lambda. Now the second expressions. This line also defines a lambda expression, but it includes a type annotation for the variable sum2. This specifies that sum2 is a function that takes two integer parameters and returns an integer. And this is the lambda expression itself, similarly to sum1, but without type annotation for the parameters. Kotlin can infer the types from the type annotation of sum2. Now the main function, this defines the main function, which is the entry point of the Kotlin program. The args, it's an argument parameter, is an array of string that can be used to pass command line arguments to the program. Now this line calls the sum1 lambda with the arguments 15 and 17, and the result, which is 32, is stored in a variable result1. After that, similarly, this line calls the sum2 lambda with the arguments 20 and 30, and the result, which is 50 stored the variable result 2. Now this line prints the result of the first sum to the console, and the result 1 syntax is used to empt the value of result 1 into the string. Similarly, this line prints the results of the second sum to the console and embedding the value of result 2 into the string. Now this line prints the return value of lambda without storing in a variable. This line directly calls sum1 lambda with the arguments 5 and 6 and prints the results, which is 11, to the console. This demonstrates that you can call the lambda expression without storing its return value in a variable first. So in the summaries, the provided code demonstrates how to create and use the lambda expression in Kotlin to perform and simple arithmetic operations, showcasing both the explicit and inferred type annotation. Okay, so now I want to run this code. Now see, the sum of two numbers, it's 32, and sum of two numbers next is 50. The first is the result 1 and the second is result 2, and the third there has in the 11, this is the sum 1, which is the return value of lambda, directly bring the return value of lambda. Okay,